Good evening, this is Tenez the Human, and welcome back to our Mongol Horde campaign. And you join us with the mighty Bartu, who last time was a magnificent hero, taking on both Nicaea and Constantinople, which, well, not necessarily against the odds, but certainly some big scale, impressive battles. I certainly feel like we're getting a bit more confident now. We're throwing ourselves into large scale affairs a little bit more often. And today, well, might well be no exception to that, because we do have a big battle outside Bran. There are a bunch of troops standing outside, and the faction leader himself, in fact. We might just be able to end the Hungarians here and now. I'm not sure Bucharest has anyone in it. It doesn't indeed. And Budapest is likewise under siege. Yes, it looks like the two of them are going to go down. Oh, lovely stuff. Elsewhere, Krakow and Thorn are under siege. There is still Breslau over here, which we do need to nip over to, but from what I can tell, I don't think they have very many troops there, so well, not a massive amount anyway. Up at north, Denmark are trying to be swept away. I'm pretty certain I gave them one more territory in this direction, so we won't quite be done with these two, but things are definitely coming together, especially with Yeskan Subatoy Raffle heading over towards Ragusa. We could have a big old affair over in that part of the world. Indeed, there do seem to be more of these units, which suggests some modding that I don't remember doing, but at some point I guess I did. So yes, interesting stuff. Nonetheless, I think today there's a few things we need to do. Number one, destroy Hungary, who have been a little bit of an awkward foe, it must be said. And number two, hopefully take out Poland as well. And three, well, give a good go at smashing up Denmark. If we need to come all the way around here towards the Netherlands, then indeed we will do that. Down south, though, there is a little bit more to do. We've got Tripoli here under siege. We do have siege equipment. I might just wait a turn just to ensure we can take as little damage from the archers as possible. There are 4 of those up on the walls there, and this army is going to need to do a bit more. So these two forces here, 2 siege armies, very nice indeed, but not a huge amount of numbers, so we've got to be a little bit careful with all of that. And oh yes, of course, hopefully the end of Egypt as well. We'll see if we have enough to take them down. Hopefully this army is just a big pile of peasants. But to start us off then, where should we head? I think Budapest, probably the sensible option. So hopefully a fairly standard siege, but there are some Pavis crossbow militia, which could indeed be pretty darn mean. Let it in. I do think there's going to be a fair amount of casualties in this battle, because we really don't have any good units, to be honest. Pavis crossbow militia taking on ours. Plenty of arrows heading in. Apparently the ram burnt down. That's a shame, isn't it? Bit of a shame actually, because we don't have a huge amount of ways to get in otherwise, so that means we have to do this the hard chunky way. It's a bit of a shame. Lots and lots of arrow support just to see if that will do anything. We've managed to keep these guys pretty darn confused and busy actually, which is very, very good news indeed. Just keep those horses up there. We are now getting all of these guys onto the wall. Lovely stuff. Hopefully that will mean these guys can't hurt us on that part of the wall. But over here it's a different story. We're taking a lot of losses, but I don't really mind, because as last time, mercenaries are costing us a lot, so we can just bleed the mercenaries off to take the city. Then I'm quite happy with that. At long last, one of them's going to do it. No, he hasn't. He's pulled out. They can't decide whether they're going to bother or not. At long last, I might actually fight a few of my Slavs who are just standing here to intercept them. Oh, they gave up with only 4 of them left. That's a shame. There's another line of actually fairly together units who might actually stand and fight, but they might not need to. General is getting absolutely shot down here, so I think we'll just speed it up, because I don't think he's going to achieve very much. At this point we have taken a fair few losses, 33%, but none of the important units. To be honest, I'm in that weird middle stage where I haven't spent too much on mercenaries. Now I'm just going to go out of my way to kill off all the mercenaries so I can start making money again, and then I can buy all the mercenaries. You see, this is how this is all going to go, and eventually the last of them will actually die. He's actually taken down by a sword. Well done, my good sir. It's a proper way for the general to go. And with that, 369 irrelevant men have died here today, but we burned down the city. You can see the problem here with all the mercenaries in that we're actually getting 4,000, but we're also giving 6,000 away to the mercs. So yes, problems ahoy with that old business, but merge those together, head over to the bridge here, and you know what, we can actually start to make use of some of these other guys here very soon. They can actually replenish that army. What do you want to do with Burkai? We'll just keep heading in this direction. There are more and more terrible mercs, but there are more cities that need to be destroyed. I think the next battle we need to take care of though is Bran, where yes, he does want to do it, and in many ways we could be very clever indeed here and not even bother taking on much of this army. We could just kill him and retreat. That could be very fun. This isn't really an army to do that, not a huge amount of cav, but you know what, that isn't the worst idea in the world. As much as possible here, the plan is to avoid most of this and just take out this general. They are getting way too close for my liking, to be honest. So let's just get these two guys facing the correct way again, and we'll get splattering before too long. These guys are running forward just to pull in the general. Shoot at the general, pull him in. That's what we want to see. You guys go on to loose. Just pull him forward, pull the general into this. That's all we want to do. The rest of you can go home. We don't care. In fact, you do get to go home because we kill the general. Then you guys get to just become rebels like the rest of us in this world. How's this going to work? Fortunately, they do seem to be guarding him right now, which is a little bit irritating. As for the rest of it, well, we'll have to see about this. Fine, just charge forward, my good sirs. Charge forward, and we'll see what we can do. As for you, just get down that hill. Honestly, it's fine. Just swing into them. And as for this, you guys go on to auto fire because you can probably do something fun at this point. Okay, we push them our way. We will swing into these guys. Okay, and the general will hopefully leave himself very isolated. You guys just push them out of the battlefield. And yeah, okay, general is right on the edge, annoyingly. They do those dismounted feudal knights right at the front, which is a bit of a shame. Just have to smash into them. And onto that general. Onto that general. You guys just, yeah, you guys just swing around. That's absolutely fine. Right, we're now on top of this general. That is good. Deal with all this. Deal with all this. Missiles ahoy over here. Don't care about any of this. To be honest, they're going to be super aggressive here because I'd rather just run away. You know what? Do you think we can run away? Maybe we should try. You guys, all withdraw. Just withdraw. Just get out of there. Don't worry about any of it. Apart from you, you can stand and you can just bully them or something. I don't know. Get on top of them. Anyway, down goes this general. Get on top of him. Kill him, and that's all we need to do. Then we run away. Battle is done. How are we doing? Dismounted feudal knights have done a bit of work on us. So's the general. General's gone down. Hungarians are dead. They're defeated. Perfect. That means we need to just get out of here, guys. Get out of here. Charge at these guys. They're all why are we running at such a weird angle? Right, you guys run off as well. Withdraw. Just run away. Run away. All my cavalry. Charge up the hill at these guys. Don't worry about any of this nonsense. We don't need to kill any of them. We just need to make sure as many vans as possible get away. Ballistas. Don't get yourselves caught. You're really important that you live. Thank you very much. That's grand. Cavalry. That's good. You've turned up. Cavalry, just try and defend your men. It's not a very organised retreat, it should be said. But it's a glorious retreat if ever there was one. Okay, get yourselves way over into this corner. I don't think we've actually lost many men. I think they've pretty much got away scot-free here. A few dismounted feudal knights. That's fine by me. These guys. I think what's happened here. Yes, you're still fighting, and so are you. You should really be. You're in trouble, actually. You're in big trouble, actually. No, run away. Get out of there. Okay, this guy is struggling to escape in a sensible manner, quite frankly. But you know what? It's absolutely fine. We're going to take care of any of this nonsense. We just need to all withdraw. Withdraw. You guys are fighting. You guys might just have to die unless they want to let you get away, to be honest. It's unfortunate. That is the infantry, which I guess you would have lost in this battle one way or another. Alright, well, you guys get to be damn heroes and fight to the death. That's kind of what I want the other unit to do, but oh well. It's happened now, and all these guys are hopefully just going to turn rebel, and all will be beautiful. Where are you two guys, and why haven't you ran away? For Pete's sake, some people don't know how to get away, do they? Right, go and take care of these lads. Hilariously, these guys actually fled during the retreat, which is quite marvellous. 20% loss. I mean, I probably could have taken them out with that many losses, to be honest, but somehow it just feels more amusing when you do it this way. Also, the important thing, assuming I'm right, by the way, and this is the last general, if I'm right, then a lot of this will turn rebel, which means the castle is much less likely to be taken in the future, which means that this crushing defeat, as the game calls it, is actually the most magnificent victory. Oh, is it going to be as magnificent as I hope for? Oh, oh, indeed it is. Hungary have been destroyed, and winning first. Very surprising. Oh, they actually released the 6 prisoners. Isn't that beautiful? So what damage did we really take there? Bit of horse archery. But I mean, to be honest, considering we had a huge Hungarian fortress full of like dismounted feudal knights and all of that to take care of, well, that's a very nice way to deal with it. Unfortunately, they've still got some of the infantry. And as for this, I don't really know exactly. This guy's now stuck a bit in the wrong position. I'd like him to be a little bit further forward than that, but oh yeah, no one's going to be breaking into this anytime soon. And the Transylvanian peasants, don't see these too often, but they're pretty nice as peasants go, with effective against armour. Lovely stuff. Right, well, that was a decision made for somewhat comical purposes, but to be honest, as I say, we probably took a lot less losses than we would have trying to take out that castle, and more importantly, there's plenty of troops for no one else to be breaking in. Now, the only thing is Bucharest here. We can lift the siege, but we're kind of stuck now, aren't we? So, oh well, that was going to be one of the towns where we burnt down a lot of our mercs, but oh well, it is what it is. Hungary are dead. One other important thing that I wanted to get on with today was a princess here, yes, who looks somewhat ridiculous, the lovely pink princess of the Roman diplomats. Yes, so she's very, very fun indeed, with the most beautifully named, always ripe. Ruddy Laura CA, that is unsubtle, if ever there was a particular phrase chosen. Anyway, we're going to get her married to one of our generals, which is absolutely beautiful. So we're going to marry him, and there we are. A beautiful celebration in a Christian cathedral for some unbeknown reason. I suppose it does make some... This is definitely not our religion. Anyway, let's skip that. Yeah, I did set us so that we could have princesses, just so that we might get the opportunity to bring someone into the family. And with that, yes, we now brought one of our other generals in. And part of the reason she had that trait, by the way, is because I was trying to make sure we had some more children. Unfortunately, he isn't one of the ones that I made ridiculously fertile himself. She is unpleasant, but she's very fertile, so that's nice to see. So she's not the nicest person, but you know what? She's obscenely ripe. Why did they choose that phrase? And I do not know. But anyway, there was a Polish army around here somewhere, which has obviously given up on the siege. Okay, we'll trail them. We don't actually want to fight them if we don't need to. So we'll follow them in this direction, which does suggest probably a good idea to head into the likes of Krakow and yeah, make sure that we start taking that. Same with Thorn over here. We've been besieging this for a long time, albeit with a very, very tiny force. So yeah, maybe it's time to head in and just finish that off. This one could be pretty awkward, to be honest, because I had dismounted Polish nobles up here and a few woodsmen as well. Of course, we have a load of battered infantry. This is just a bunch of scraps lying around the campaign map, but we do have one sneaky unit swinging around here, which should very quickly lead our cavalry into the position we want them, which is over here by the entrance. Lovely stuff. That might just panic them if we're lucky. So these guys are going to absolutely fail. So if you guys can stop immediately, that's probably best for you. Just stand around and let those guys waste away. Whereas these lads over here, yes, the Armenians, get yourselves into position, my good friends. They're going to send anyone else around. They're not just yet, you know, but if we're lucky, we might just be able to outmaneuver them. Weirdly, the nobles are getting off the walls. Not quite sure why. I mean, I know from experience that these guys do like to get up here and throw the javelins in at us. That's absolutely fine, but a bit perplexed about all of this business. Okay, so they are going to indeed charge nobles out, as they always do. Absolutely magnificent news. And yes, our Armenians will just stand up there and shoot down at them. These guys are probably going to take some damage if we're not too careful. Down goes the enemy general, and just an utter mess. I think that's the collective noun for that cavalry there. Yes, the utter mess has been eliminated. Ram into these Polish nobles as well, please, my good sirs. We'll just get on top of these guys. Archers can shoot down into them. These archers can hopefully also shoot down into them. And you, yeah, you guys shoot into there as well. That's absolutely fine. For some reason, the AI seems to have thrown this away. Hilariously, we have victory. We managed to break them, even though they're pretty much on the edge of the plaza. And you know what? Quite happy to take a tiny amount of losses for that. 10%. Oh, yes. We'll take that. I don't know how we managed this, but I'll certainly take it. We're currently having to wait for about 20 minutes for this guy to go for a very slow stroll out of the city. And now we can sack the settlement. And conveniently, we actually ran in the correct direction. Isn't that just marvellous? We can make it there next turn, although the cavalry can make it there now. If we... How much cav do we have, by the way? Can we... Right, not all of them can do it this turn. Fine, no need to worry about that. That's not a problem. Right, Fawn has been destroyed, and it's now got a stronger garrison than it had before, which is marvellous news. As for Krakow, well, next turn we can head in. Now, if we're lucky, we'll have a night fighter. We do have night fighter. Oh, isn't that just spectacular? That means, yeah, if we manage to pull this off, we should... Oh, there's still this guy coming back. Okay, if we can pull this off with a spy as well. Where's my spy? Can we get in here next turn? Yes, we can. Okay, if we can get in there and waltz on in and take this, then we don't even need to worry about this army or this army. They'll become rebel and all will be good in the world. First step then is into Breslau, and this dumbass soldier over here has just let us in, which is beautiful news. We don't get to watch those videos very often, and Boleslaw Herman, Boleslaw the Raffle himself here, ladies and gentlemen, who does have some very nice traits. He's one of the guys I do like to try and marry my daughters to early on in the game. Although he's a dready character, he's pretty darn good, all things considered. Although he doesn't have the best choice of units here to defend him. Okay, 32% chance if we attack. We should probably try and assassinate him. It'll probably fail, but we'll give it a go. Boleslaw the Raffle, then can we kill him out on the streets? We're going to do it the stupid way. We're doing it the stupid way, ladies and gentlemen. But who knows? It might just work. Oh, darn it, Linda. For Pete's sake. You didn't get killed, though. That's all for the best. Right. Put under siege, but the gates are indeed open. Ah, that is wonderful news, which means... Ah, Vadslaw. Vadslaw, we can kill you with a night battle if we can pull it off over here as well. Oh, that's just what we want to see. Okay, let's head into Krakow first. This one's slightly more important. Night battle. And, okay, crossbow militia. We can take care of that. This should be fun. We have decided to go for the tactically more astute decision of actually fighting in torrential rain, which will help these guys not burn down. As much as I do like to complain that the AI very much gets it their way, if we put everything in our favour, such as the rain, the wind even seems to be in our favour right now, which is marvellously good news. Yes, hopefully this ram will get there, because the cavalry charging into the city does seem to be a very efficient way of slaughtering the enemy. Well, our archers, unfortunately, over here are caught with the spear militia, which is not going to end very well for them. Let's just put them on guard mode and hope for the best, because that was supposed to be a sneaky approach, and it didn't turn out to be very sneaky at all. These archers, if they were clever, they would have just failed to intercept. But unfortunately, they did intercept those lads, although... Okay, fine. Get up there and actually make sure you take them out. Cavalry, cavalry, cavalry. No, we'll just get the archery cav and we'll run those into the city. It's not that the general wants to come and help, so yeah, we'll just go and get all of our horse archers up in the rears here, and then they can go and do some lovely, lovely business. These guys can just go into guard mode. You guys can hold out as long as possible. I think my archers would like to not get entirely slaughtered by what is what, about 6 crossbow militia. That would be magnificent. We're just getting slaughtered on this side of the battlefield. Try and shoot them with missiles where you can, but to be honest, you're mostly a distraction. The ram is burning down after having opened the gate. Ah, excellent. I'll take that. I'll happily take that as a compromise. Okay. So. Horse archers can shoot up into these lads now as much as possible. Into those guys over there. Hopefully the towers will melt before too long. Do need these infantry to come and help. I'm sure that'll break them pretty darn soon. We've given up on the tactic over here, which is now just instead to shoot these guys right in front of us. Unfortunately, half of the unit are over there, the other side of the wall. So most of them are ignoring the lads right next to them, apart from one clever Steve, and they're just trying to shoot over the top of the tower. Utter numpties, but it's all well and good. We're slowly whittling them down. It's a bit of a scrappy affair, unfortunately. A bit more painful than I was hoping it would be. Watching this battle got strangely complicated. I don't quite know how it's been so difficult for all of my men to actually take out these crossbow militia. Apparently we're having to resort to doing it this way, which luckily is at last doing the job. Fine. Get on top of them. Your job is to die, Mr. Kazakhs. And hopefully, with them dead, we can finally get on with a proper baiting plan. Well, for whatever reason, the general doesn't actually want to be on the plaza, so at this point I'm just sending some cav to occupy it. Hopefully he doesn't bother responding, to be honest. A little bit strange if he ignores it, but we're going to do that for a little while and just see what happens. Great Khan! And yes, he does want to do it. I thought so. Well, then, my good sirs, just go run into those crossbow militia and maybe we can pull them in the right direction. Just, into the death trap that we got planned for him. I'll be honest, these cav would probably be doing an awful lot better if there wasn't a whole unit of spear infantry that's come to support. Yes, I thought so. Unfortunately for you, the Alani Light Cavalry were actually on their way, which means the charge is now going to fail. It might not fail, Yep, completely failed. It is quite staggering how long it's taken these 17 men just to shoot down one crossbowman. We should just go and kill him with our swords, to be honest. Better chance of actually making it. He'll probably take one of us out now. Nope. He's a useless fool, and he's going to race to get one final shot in. Is he going to take one of us out? Oh, we've got second. That was the worst shot I've ever seen in my life, my good sir. Right, down he goes. He isn't going to get the chance to shoot again. Stabby. And down he goes. Lovely stuff. There's actually a load of men left to come and shoot us now, actually, by the way. And there's now 17 of them. Oh, it's a straight fight. Let's see who wins. We are unfortunately a little bit short on ammo. Luckily, we have the secret weapon of some Alani horsemen to charge in and somewhat ruin the game. So down they go. Isn't that just marvellous? Unfortunately, those 15 lads are now out of ammo. And they're out of the game. I think we've finally managed to pull them into the old challenge here, which is lovely news. Get all the cavalry in, charge on in. I'm sure we can take him out in a good old battle. You two guys are supposed to be heading into this direction though. Come on, get yourselves over here. Anytime game, you're going to figure out what I'm asking you to do. There we go. In come all the cavalry. Lovely stuff. Kind of end up facing them a little bit further back from where we're supposed to be honest. But oh well. Time for Urgadai, for Genghis Khan himself. Not quite the Khan yet, but one day. Time for him to earn his spurs here today. And anytime the cavalry wants to get around for the envelopment manoeuvre, that would be absolutely marvellous. You guys shoot over the top, please. That would be grand. Haven't reorganised ourselves. We've just about pulled them where we want them, which is actually in range of this set of archers over here to get a lovely side shot in, which would be magnificent good news. So there we go. Now we've got them where we want them. Hopefully taking some heavy shots in on this flank. It's going to be a chunky affair, and to be honest, I don't mind if we lose a huge amount. Unfortunately, the envelopment has been slightly ruined by the fact that our cavalry went the wrong way and came down this street. They were just so eager to get involved in the battle. The Alanis doing a bit of a charge there. Indeed, their home was over down this flank, but I don't think standing in battle is going to be very sensible for those guys as light cav. So just get yourself back into a charging position. We really are getting pushed back by them, aren't we? Which is interesting. Give yourselves another charge, my good sirs. These guys do seem to be struggling to get a proper shot in at this point. See, Ugadai there is losing men. But I think at this point, yeah, we're going to keep everyone in this battle now. As we know, these heavy guys are very, very effective at chunking them down, and slowly we are working our way through them. I think they're trying to escape now, but the Alani Light Cav are actually blocking their retreat. In come the infantry, Alanis! Just, yeah, pull out. We don't want you to die to that. No need to throw your lives away, but as the general gets slain here, down he goes. That should break their infantry pretty soon afterwards. Yep, there is victory. With the general dead, you know what? That's absolutely fine. All cavalry, mop them up. Isn't that lovely? Just like gravy, mop it all up. Okay, a clear enough victory, I suppose. Not the strongest of showings. A bit of an awkward one on the walls there for sure. Possibly because I never actually end up using the infantrymen, but I'm kind of glad I held them back because I didn't need to take any more losses to our infantry here today. But we did lose most of the mercs, and to be honest, that was half the plan. And down goes Krakow then, and it doesn't look like these guys are going to be cracking into the town anytime soon. Well, I say that, it's pretty about, 2 turns time they'll be in there, but unfortunately their faction will be dead because I reckon there's a fair chance that we can do a Breslau. It actually might be quite tricky, of course. Bolslaw the Raffle is in there, and they play infantry to guard the gates, so we'll have to see how we make that one work for us. On the note, though, of killing off a faction, we did see Brian the Raffle take out the Hungarians, and he has picked up Loaves the Mygar, which isn't the most silly thing in the world, because obviously it was a crushing defeat, technically. But he says here, they're misguided people that should have died long ago. Something this man wishes to address. You did it in that very battle, my good sir. I don't know what you didn't understand about the plan. It was a brave plan. It was an absolute genius piece of play there. And, yeah, don't worry about it. They're dead. They are D-E-D dead. On which note, though, let's finish off the Polish as well, because the gates are open, and this is ballsy play. I mean, it's an awkward play, but we're using what we got, and hopefully we can make it work. As we say, he is fine with blood, +1 to morale, driven by rage, -2 for morale, which is nice to see. He is a night fighter, so let's not worry about that. We can't anyway. Okay, he's actually a -1. That could be very, very good news indeed. Let's it in. My immediate plan is just to pile through a load of cavalry in through the gates and hopefully just work my way in. And a big pile of archers there just slaughtering this unit of town militia. In we go. Get on top of them, my Alani lads. And what I need to try and do is keep these three heavy, well, these two particularly, these 2 units down for Bolslaw later. They could be very problematic if not. I'm just going to send in... Should we send some fire arrows as well? You're not going to do that well, but just fire arrow, please. Get yourselves over here, Mr. Cavalry. That will be fine. Line up a nice charge in that part of the world if we can organise darn pathfinding and general city problems on this game, damn it. Okay, they've given up. That's a bit annoying because you were supposed to be getting into position. I did decide to put 2 men over here just by this entrance, which does seem to be distracting a few units, which is quite comical as far as I'm concerned. Bolslaw's on his way, which is interesting. Not quite sure what he plans to do. I mean, I was sending these guys up on the walls, so I guess if nothing else, he's distracted from that situation, but... Okay, we're going to try this again, but this time more cavalry, damn it, and oh, good. Good. They're actually now turning away, which will give us time to actually get into the city properly this time and not worry too much about all of the chaos that we had before. Although Bolstelhammond is on his way in at this stage, so that's interesting, somewhat unfortunate, but somewhat possibly for the better. Let's get these guys up on the walls. That would be magnificent. Just everyone, get on top of him. Just pile on top. Why not? Get him stuck in a battle. Okay, we'll get the heavies in as well. They really need to pile their way in towards the front, if I'm honest. But if we just chunk him down, that's not the end of the world. This battle is about as scrappy as you ever might have imagined it being, but you know what, it's fine. Bolstelhammond is starting to get surrounded now. That's what we want to see, down to 13. Just a huge pile of cavalry will do the job. We're going to slaughter everyone, but to be honest, this army, down he goes. This army has done its job, even if they all die here today. They've already managed to take out Bolslaw, and that is all that really mattered. He's still called Prince Bolslaw the Raffle, which is interesting. Makes me think that we do actually need to take the city to end this. That means that the other army wandering around did have a general, but it won't have a city to return to. So we may have somewhat murdered our entire cavalry corps just to take out Bolslaw. Oh, this is truly lasagna gate on this occasion. Okay, so if at any point any of these guys would like to listen to instructions and get on the wall, that'd be great, because this is just a chaotic mess. Okay, 1 unit down. We'll just have to keep on repeating this process as our cavalry all run away anytime. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be fine, but apparently someone's dead. I don't quite know how he managed it, because I was telling him to run away. We'll keep on pulling the next unit in. Well, we are just slowly whittling 1 unit down at a time. It is a bit pathetic, to be honest, but we'll get there one day if one of these units actually get in position. No one's been listening to any instructions. It says they're running. It's not like they're doing anything. Get over here and into the ideal good flanking position. Thank you. At this point, we're just stuck in this weird loop of both units trying to rout. They've actually sent enough men where they might do something this time. What a completely ludicrous affair this is. Kind of enjoying it though. We are mostly getting our shots away. That's fine. We'll just shoot into this big pile of men. If we need to fight them, then we'll go on to guard. And we'll just let some of the arrows do the job. Oh, lovely. We've actually managed to deal with them. Shoot them. Shoot them. Yay! We're somehow winning. Into the last few units then, and it does look like somehow we might actually win with this pathetic bunch of nonsensical lads. I don't know how they've done so much good work, but at some point they've actually managed to be useful. So God bless this army. God bless them in their horrible, horrible grave. God bless this utterly insane army. They actually might just win, in spite of the fact that I completely let everyone die in a mad, absolute massacre of cavalry at the gateway. So at this point, hopefully, we do just shoot them down at this point. It's not the most beautiful battle. In fact, it's one where I really spent almost 0 effort in terms of considering what I was doing. But in the end, we have just about done the job. And as you can see, they don't quite have enough morale to continue fighting. So this ragtag band of utter nonsensical fools is somehow going to take out another city, and in fact a whole nother faction. It's just wonderful. Our warriors hold the field today. There are no fields, my good sir. It's just a city that will soon be burnt down. Average victory. That is not one of those signs I'm ever used to reading, but there we are. We did the job in silly and spectacular fashion. Down goes Bolslaw Herman, and with that we sack the city. Somehow some cavalry are alive, and Poland are also gone. Next up on today's Genocide special are the Egyptians, who also have the foolish decision of only having 2 generals. We have this random lad here with 100,000 peasants, and the other guy, the Crown Prince himself, who is dauntless. That's a bit unfortunate, but he's only actually commanding his own bodyguard. This will also be pretty bloody on our part, but would be a little bit more sensible on this occasion, okay? Well, pleasingly, we have got ourselves a massive hill to start off the battle, so indeed we're just going to start heading into these guys, because if nothing else, we can at least outnumber them, even though they are a very strong unit. The archers are going to deal with those Mamluk archers over in that part of the world. Lovely stuff. Keep on piling through them. Hopefully just sheer numbers will do the job, to be honest. Yep, keep on doing it. There we go. There's the route we're looking for. As for the rest of this nonsense, we should probably go have a little bit of an idea. There are some of our lovely Bedouins over here, so you guys actually just bring yourself over to a flank. That will be marvellous. We've got the Arab cavalry charging at the front here. Let's get the heavy lances in. Lovely stuff. Yeah, they might just clip the archers, but honestly, not much of an issue. Okay, you guys get on top of them. Next unit needs to go down. And to be honest, the heavies. This is going to be a massacre. But yeah, heavies, go get on top of them. Sudanese tribesmen, one of you can take care of them. Peasants, oh yeah, to be honest, they didn't really bring much to this party, did they? No, they did not. Okay, well, you guys get on top of them. It's mainly the horse archers who are going to be the maybe of this particular affair. Good old smash at the, in that part of the battlefield. Mamluks just need to be shot down with these guys. We're stuck in a bit of a hand-to-hand over here. Mass rout on this part of the world. The peasants are going to get destroyed, as you might well expect. Lovely. Let's just get... yeah, these calves over in that direction. What's happening over here, by the way? A bit of a slog by the looks of it, and I don't want too much of a slog. That's a bit upsetting, to be honest. Get on top of those Mamelukes, break them again. Ah, we got the general in with us. That's what happened over there. Okay, keep charging down that hill. If we can get on top of those guys, catch them out, catch them out, catch them out. Yes, that's nice to see. Okay, that is good news. Very good news. And at this point, let's get all cav on this general because he's pretty much all that remains. The general has been slain. That is very good news indeed. There is just the crown prince over there, though, who still needs to be taken out. So I'm just going to swing these horse archers over in that direction. Make sure we wrap our men around him. Don't want him to escape. Time for the cavalry charge, and the horse archers are hopefully going to do a bit of running away. Thank you very, very much. Yes, our missiles are now doing the job. We're going to get our cavalry to flanking positions. And we'll get 2 of you over on this side, and that should hopefully tie up all of these guys. Right, you, charge in, because it looks like he's going to charge the infantry. Yep, all the cav, all the cav. I think we should just nip into him here. Might just stop him from getting the charge away. Not quite. So we're going to charge 1 unit in. There we go. It's a shame, a slight nip on us there, but looks like we're going to get this general surrounded. And hopefully that'll be the end of the Egyptians as well. How many has he got? 37. My days, we just need to get everyone around him in a desperate melee here. And down he goes, the final Egyptian lad. This guy took him down and managed to somehow avoid the horse from splattering him. Well done, my good sir. Yeah, there we go. That is the end of the battle then. Yes, widows and orphans. Well, another victory with a fair amount of losses, but to be honest, this army is so far out of the way. I'm not particularly bothered about that. So we'll execute whatever's left, which obviously did include their general, we're just still on the list there. And with that, oh, there's someone around somewhere. Interesting. But with that, we should officially have faction destroyed Egypt. And it's been a bloody massacre today. On to the new turn then, and we have ourselves a few important battles here today. We have ourselves a bunch of our Venetian lads in Croatia, and they need to be taken down, including the Doge himself hiding in the background there. Energetic, gregarious political animal, a superb administrator, soon to be dead. So we're going to take him out, not quite this second. That was a good intro to that battle, but no, we're not going to quite jump on it quite this second. But we are getting ourselves on the Holy Roman Empire border now. Well, these 2 armies, which got somewhat massacred earlier, so we'll join them together and see what we've got. We do have our cavalry support army swinging in at this point. We probably just need to get a few of our spies out and about in this part of the world. So yeah, we'll probably start sending some of these spies forward. Just make sure we know what we're dealing with the Holy Roman Empire. Don't want them to be too strong. Don't really know what they're looking like right now. Oh yes, of course, we also have another big battle over here up in the north. Thankfully, the army in Aarhus decided to leave, so now we can slaughter them, Captain Toke as well, which is great news. I've sunk another Scottish fleet, and we are heading down south just to see if we can send this army round. We probably need to swing along here because I did originally give this area here over to the Danes as well, but we'll see. We've still got Hamburg to deal with as well. That looks more like a down rather than a fortress right now. What is it? It's a fortress level. Okay, that could be interesting to take on. Haven't taken down many fortresses yet. On the note, though, of that kind of thing, just a castle, Tripoli. I have waited a turn to take this one on because we had a second army here, and these kind of castles are horrendous to take down. So this is one of those Byzantine-style castles. So we're going to head in with all of the siege equipment from the 2 armies. We've got these guys actually joining together for this one. Really should have dealt with this unit. But yes, we're going to need some proper forces for this because whilst they don't have a huge amount of stuff for the walls, we do want to make sure we can clear them out because, yes, we're going to find it hard to shoot them down on these styles of castles. So we're going to have our wits about us. Let's head in and let's smash down those walls. If you need a reminder why these castles are so impossible to attack, well, this is what we're coming into. It's a bit of a brutal corner, lots and lots of towers, and Yeah, it's one of those horrible, horrible ones where the plaza is all the way over here and there is no way to get on these walls. That is not wall. The only wall is about over here, so we can't even shoot the plaza on this occasion, which, you know, is always a little bit of, not quite an exploit, but, you know, you are very much using the game against itself there, but this is very difficult. If they just stick all their cavalry on the plaza, it's going to be a massacre, however, for now, we're on flaming bolts. That's not what I want, my good sirs. Thank you very much. This is because we're doing a night battle here, so we basically wasted our early volleys, which is most unfortunate. However, we've probably done something. Who knows? Hopefully, with 3 trebuchets smashing this wall, we'll demolish it before they get to run away. Well, with an awful lot of horses standing here, it probably makes good sense to smash down this bit of the wall. We're going to start taking down the towers because we are kind of going to run out of time eventually. It is something I need to bear in mind. We should have turned that off. There we go, we're through the walls. Smoke billowing out of everywhere. Horses pouring out there. Who has a really lovely direct shot? Let's just speed this down a second. Yes. Shoot into them there, right about there. Actually, you've got a very direct shot, so actually you go for that, not them. Okay, we'll just shoot down the towers, get these towers demolished now. I would kind of want to get moving at this point because we're going to start running out of old time, aren't we? So don't worry about that. Let's just smash down the gateway. And we do have, yes, these guys starting to swing around here. Let's go and get these guys into position. Unfortunately, they have indeed got some men over here. So let's just stop for the moment, or just rearrange it and just consider pulling them around a little bit, and we'll see if some flaming shots want to come and splatter some of these guys in the hole here. Are we going to... No, of course we're not, because they were terrible, terrible shots. We are now choosing to use some archers to shoot into this breach just to whittle down their numbers a little bit. We are not getting very far. Aha! We have got something done over here just in time, my good sirs. Only 36% damage on that tower. Okay, not the most important tower, I don't think, because, yeah, we have taken out most of the other important ones in this part of the world. Did use one volley from the rocket launcher, but the rocket launcher can be very helpful if they're going to be packed together, you see. So I'm just going to hold back on that old nonsense. I'm going to use our infantry to start shooting in. To be honest, what I really want to do is get myself right up close, and if they want to come and take us on, then I'll get my my archers and lancers in just to make sure that they're there to support. That's probably for the best. Yeah, so actually, you know what, we'll get the archers to stand in behind and do some lovely, lovely shooting from back there, but yeah, I think there's a very good chance we can do a little bit of baiting here, which is very much what we want. Time for us to actually assault here. So we've got some archers over on this far side. They are getting shot down a little bit, but that's fine. Let's just start distracting them with a few different attacks here. Gonna get the ram in over in this part of the world. Wherever my ram is. Where's my ram? Damn it, it's over here. And the other siege tower. Is that going to work up on that bit of the wall? I'm not sure. It's actually maybe not that part of the wall. Maybe this part of the wall would be better. That would be nice. Okay, these guys are just going to start shooting in. That's good to see. You guys are stuck on skirmish when you really shouldn't be. Just get over there, my good sirs. Get over there and support. So yeah, we are just getting lots of nice missiles in on those guys. Don't want to use up all my missiles. Certainly, actually, some of the... what's going on here? Are they wasting their arrows on a very, very strange style of attack? They are indeed peasant archers. That's good. Very good news. We can take those guys down here on the walls if they decide to keep fighting. They are winded. We're running around quite a lot. More peasant archers coming in, but not the Muslim archers. They're the ones... Oh, they're more peasants. So where are the Muslim archers? These are the ones over here. They are the ones over there. They are damaged, though. We hit them with a few boulders, thankfully. So that could be interesting. Fine. These guys just continue to shoot in, which is very nice news indeed. We've got some of these lads in this direction, and there's more Mongol infantry over here. They can probably... yeah, just get up onto one of the walls which still exists. This one still exists. Yay! Get over there. Over at the far gate, these peasant archers have been routed. The second guys are fighting us. Towers starting to be activated. That just break as well. I think they just broke. Yeah, they did just break. Well done, my good sirs. If anything, they're more of just a distraction. If they win, then great. What they're doing is keeping away their archers from shooting at us, giving us a free shot at all of these laddies, which is just what we want to see. Okay, this tower is coming in. It's not being shot down. There is one tower, but that one's not actually activated, which is very, very good news indeed. Siege tower is here. I actually want these guys, you, my good sirs, to not waste your missiles, actually. Same with you. We need the horse archers for some later baiting if we can manage it. Right, the ladders are... You know what, guys? Can you get up here? Just get up there. That'll be probably for the best, actually. That's probably just going to confuse the tower, but... You know what, tower? You just keep on walking through the middle of this. That'll be absolutely fine. And actually, at this point, they're starting to retreat. Let's just send in the... yeah, let's try and pin whatever we can. Get our Mongol heavy lancers in there. Just get on top of any of them that you can. If we can just clip... Come on, just clip the... Don't stop! No! You're supposed to catch them. Oh, that's so annoying. We're just supposed to catch them right there. Fine, 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 fine. You guys, can you get around here? Is there any of those... those archers are up there fighting us. That's fine. We're beating those Muslim archers. No need to worry about that. So most of the infantry lads, or the archer lads on the wall, have been defeated, which is very, very good news indeed. You guys just get on that wall, and we'll just see if we can tease them in at this point. On this plan, we do have ourselves a little bit of an engagement. Don't really want to get stuck under this tower, but I do just want to make sure that I've got safe passage for my archers to climb up onto the wall here, because that is going to be very, very important for the rest of this here battle. So yeah, just get on top of that guy. Just make sure he's gone. Thank you very much. Over in this part of the battlefield, you are supposed to run away. I've already told you that. Should be anywhere near it. Brilliant. He'd been fighting for how long? A split second or two? I mean, quite frankly, that is staggering. All you had to do was lead your men into a little skirmish over here, hold the land for long enough to get our archers into play. Well, at this point, you might as well stand there and die, my good sir. You, my archers, though, you can start to move now. That rest of that bodyguard can just go on to guard and just hold, because frankly, they've failed in their job. You might as well just start shooting them down with the missiles. That's the whole point. One unit has put itself into the old little trap here, so they're going to get shot down by the Mongol infantry. I'm not sure they want to be standing there. The rocket launcher, unfortunately, isn't going to start shooting, and I don't want to let it die, so we'll just let these guys hold position while the missiles come overhead. You, my good sirs, do just shoot in, because, yeah, that'll probably end badly for them. They're pretty much out of missiles now, so if they just need to burn themselves out, they can do that. Mongol infantry, get yourselves over here as well. That's the whole point of this general dying, was literally just to make sure you can get on the wall. For Pete's sake, utterly useless, lads. Well, part of the point of having these guys was to close the trap, and we just missed the trap. Well done, we were so close. I remembered the trap a little bit too late. There's a few too many bits of this battle going on. I can't quite get us positioned as I want us to. But you know what, it's fine. These guys are still chunking away, mounted sergeants. Yeah, we should win that, even though we'll go off guard, to be honest. But yeah, we should be absolutely fine to win that. And apart from this debacle, to be honest, I feel like we fought this very well. It's a bit of an awkward battle to take on, and I'd say we've done a pretty good job aside from him being a complete numpty. Unfortunately, we are now very much running out of time. I hadn't realised quite how close we were. It's time for, yeah, all the missile cav just to get forward and start shooting. It's irritating. I've actually run out of missiles with those guys. More of them over here now. Just start shooting whatever you can. Just, can you actually quite hit there? You can hit some of that, so shoot into them, please. All the cavalry's just got to pour forward now. These two archers just get wherever you can to shoot them. It's going to go to 3-minute time in a minute. We have to get in a massive death melee, which may or may not be very sensible. Okay, everyone, just run into position. Yeah, just get forward. Everyone get in position at this stage, because we just need as many men as possible. We have plenty to win this, easy enough. I just don't want to take too many losses, and the missiles will hopefully prevent all that. So let's just go and get this stupid general's useless lackeys to come and be somewhat helpful and just intercept. Get in the way, throw your body to the dogs. That'll be grand. Okay, missiles here. You know what? No one's going to skirmish anymore. I don't care about any of that nonsense. Just get these guys in. Take care of those mailed knights, my good sir. Take care of them. And the general, yeah, bodyguard. Yes, intercept them, intercept them, intercept them. Hold them there. Hold them there. Guard. Perfect. And we had another 13 lads around here somewhere. 9 lads. There we are. You get over there. Go on to guard as well. That general's down to 4. He should just fight forever because, darn it, you've already failed in your duty, so you might as well do that now. I hate Sicily. Have I said that before? I really, really hate Sicily, and this type of castle just really doesn't help my general hatred towards them. Okay, you guys get yourselves over there. You should be able to get a few missiles in. These guys are guarding that particular spot very, very well. Those mailed knights are not going down nearly fast enough, but we are starting to get... Where are the rest of you? Okay, more and more people are running into some sort of useful position. We have killed almost all of them. It's just a matter of not losing too many in this final little situation here. We are officially 3 minutes from defeat, so it is time. It's time. All cavalry charge. And all of you guys attack or shoot. I don't really care how you do it. Just get in and massacre whatever you can. Aishkaba. Yep. All missiles. All missiles. Shooting on these guys. Pull them off the plaza if at all possible. But we just need to go and murder them now. Everyone get on in. Get on in. We need to... 2 minutes to win. All units, get into the plaza. Down goes their godforsaken darn general. Okay, let's just slow this down. We've got 1 minute left. We need to hack down whatever still remains here. Kill them all. Kill them all. All cavalry, just get in here and kill them, please. Ah! Well... Ah, dear, this is just a day of brutal... It's not quite Pyrrhic victories, but brutal victories nonetheless. I would say we threw caution to the wind. We didn't. We were actually quite cautious here, but really should have turned off the timer. You know what? It's fine. We lost all the cavalry in the world. Maybe some of it will come back. 52 Mongol infantry will get healed, but no. Most of us are very dead. Well, we're definitely going to have to execute because firstly, they're Sicilian, and number 2, of course, they really caused us a lot of pain there. So there we go, back on the boats. A noble death, an utter tit of a death. Yeah, but to be fair, in real life, he didn't get very far. He died at Anjahut in the Levant. So yeah, he got a bit further in this than he did in real life. Was he actually one of my guys on here though? Was he just a general? Yes, he was just a general. That's fine. And oh yes, of course, we do have the princess there. Maybe we can have a child from any of you. Please, game, please give me a child. What is left of? Wow, we took the good troops as well. Okay, well that is sad, isn't it? Let's just try and restock this army with what's left over here. This isn't good. I mean, we can make it work for us, but we've very much now ended up with a very weak army over here. Fine, that's all we've got. What is our plan with these lads? Probably, to be honest, we'll leave the Moors alone for now. Let's finish off Sicily, head over to Palermo, and then to Naples, and hopefully that's all they've got. But this was not a good day. Next up then are the Venetians and the Doge himself. Lovely stuff. It's yeah, we need to be a bit careful because some of those cavalry were quite heavily armoured and we're not used to the heavy armour. Our lads took a lot more damage than I anticipated. So, armoured sergeants, play it sensible. We've got plenty of missiles here. And the Doge himself, of course, who I gave a better intro to earlier. But Burglar Raffle, I'm sure you can do the job and not die like a fool. Well, we do have ourselves a lovely battlefield here today. Gorgeous looking building over there. Quite why they don't just defend their little castle, I don't know, but they want to come and die here instead. That's good. We have ourselves Death Mountain, which is always agreeable to me. And yes, we have some useless mercs who are going to find themselves dead probably. So we'll go and get these guys onto this flank. Very nice indeed. They're actually being very aggressive here today. Probably for the best if you are them, but you know what, it's absolutely fine. We'll get these mercs over here onto guard mode and hopefully plenty of missiles can be heading in. and we'll just see how all of this goes. To be honest, not particularly pleased that they're going for quite as much of a charge early doors here, but yeah, that's right. Get pulled in by the missiles. That's what I want to see. Oh, lovely. Shoot those armoured sergeants. They are going to charge uphill manically into our Slav mercs, which is fine. I'm happy for them to die. If they do die in this old melee, then, you know, that's absolutely fine. What I do want, though, is plenty of missiles to be coming in from the flanks. That's good. Some heavy lancers here could do plenty of sensible work in theory, but you know what? We're actually likely to lose quite a few men in this battle, aren't we? Those mercs have not held out very long. That's fine. We'll head into the mailed knight with some of our heavy lads, and you know what? Yeah, we'll head in with those guys as well. And I think over on this side we'll just send some of the cav in to swarm them. That's what we want to see. Some of them are fleeing. If you can just try and charge and get on top of them, that'll be marvellous, my good sir. And you know what? At this point, yeah, we'll just get some flanking manoeuvres in. I'm sure that will largely do the work that we need to. General, can you get yourselves into these armoured sergeants? I'm sure you won't die instantaneously. You probably will, but we'll give it a go. We use these guys to wrap around them. Yeah, let's see. There we go. The cavalry charge is doing the job, even if they're the wrong kind of cavalry. So, cavalry. Swing into these guys now. I'm pretty certain they're not in a good place. So get yourselves forward. That's great to see. And no, not them. Them. Melt them first. We're ignoring it. You're supposed to ignore that, General. Okay, fine. Fine. Let's slow this down a moment and work out what's going on. Well, the first general is gone down. Well, there we are. That's excellent English, Thomas. And as for the rest of it, well, we're just going to send the heaviest lads into their general. We're going to send everyone else to do some mopping up. Thank you very much, light lances. Get into mop-up mode. Can our heavy archer cav get over there? You guys just absolutely demolish that particular flank of the general. That would be lovely. Just shoot it down. My general hopefully needs to not die. Blow the horn of destiny, because why ever not? And that's absolutely fine. At this point, we can probably just start an envelopment, actually. Yeah, you guys just, actually do what I told you to before and get around the side. That's absolutely fine. We'll shoot them down. You guys are quite heavy, though, so you start piling into there. You chase them down. Are there any more running away? Very, very few, to be honest. That's absolutely fine. Units routing rather than my general dying. All missiles. Stop shooting. Down goes the general. Lovely, lovely charge slice there from one of our lads. That is beautiful work. And with that, victory is ours. Well, we lost a few men there, but there were quite a lot of heavy lads, few of experience, so not the worst in the world. So we'll take it. And to be honest, a huge chunk of what we lost even, were those Slav mercs. So that's fine by me. The Doge. We could let him go. But no. We have a very, very strict policy, my good sir. It involves your death. Okay, so we are... Yeah, we're not the best set of lads over in this part of the world. Quite a lot of those Slav mercs actually did survive that. We'll head around there nonetheless. And yeah, many of our armies are just in transition really right now. They're just moving across the plains. So that's interesting. Yeah, the last thing to do for today then is probably head up here, up north, to deal with Prince Charles of Dinamarca. So let's take him down. Is he particularly interesting? Smart with numbers. Talent with numbers, smart, generous, easily rolled, shameful. Oh no. Yeah, nothing too interesting in terms of a general. Let's take him down. In they come then. They're on their little hill and we're on ours, and luckily they are going forward. Plenty and plenty of Silver Surfers, which I don't know what I did to these lads. These are all perfectly normal Viking units. At some point I did something silly. Anyway, let's not worry about any of that nonsense. For now, we can worry about the fact that there are quite a lot of them, and I'm a little bit concerned about all this. Most of these spearmen are going to get quite depleted, but this is the majority of what remains of their forces. So you know what, in some ways it's probably okay. I'm kind of more concerned about cavalry than anything else, because I feel like they're the ones who can kind of get around and annoy me a little bit more. So let's shoot into them just a little bit, into these feudal knights. If you can, why can't you shoot them? They're not very far away. Useless. Start us off then, these Norse archers at the rear will just get taken down because they are annoying me. They're just standing there ready to be stabbed. You know what though, these aren't really the best units for that, so we'll just give them a poke and pull out because to be honest, yeah, there we go, they're broken, that's fine by me. Okay, feudal knights, shoot them down. In fact, just get on top of them because plenty of us, and we do have some of the heavies over there. Hopefully that will be enough just to break them. Full units should be able to do that. We do have a charge over there. The scouts just charged in like utter numpties. That's great to see. Feudal knights not quite breaking yet. Shaken. They've gone down in numbers quite significantly though, which is good. Just start reforming, my good sirs. That's a bit too much of a full-on encounter for my liking. Cavalry, get out to the flank because your job is to flank. They've gone for all their infantry in one big pile here, which is interesting. You guys take them on. You guys can actually do a bit of a flanking manoeuvre. You guys can actually charge down the hill at these two. That would be quite nice. Weird to have some infantry on this occasion. Yeah, pull out of all of that. And one of you, 35 lads, you go and mop them up. I don't want them coming back, actually. So yeah, you go and deal with those. Get on top of those feudal knights. Just finish them off. There's one more unit of feudal knights over there who just slightly concern me. You guys are supposed to get in over there. You can actually pin down those feudal knights. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Actually, just send our cavalry into them. We use the lighter lads, actually, to come around here. You are going to get on top of those guys. And there is, by the way, the general or the prince over in that part of the world. So let's just make sure we're okay with that. Fine. We've got our light lances charging in. In fact, we've already got the brake, so actually you might as well charge back. Down goes the general. Alright, this is going better than I hoped, to be honest. I'm fairly pleased with this so far. So let's just reorganise the line. Most of their men have now broken and are melting like the proverbial cheese. And with that, okay, it's just time to start mopping up some of these guys who have somewhat regrouped, to be honest, which is a little bit irritating. I was supposed to be trying to get on top of them before they did that. But you know what, it's fine. You guys shouldn't really engage them in hand-to-hand, but I just thought we might break them instantly if we did. No, they haven't. Break away, break away, break away. With that then, we've got some of theirs regrouping, but hopefully the cavalry can just take care of that. As for all of their generals' units, well, that should be simple enough. Dismounted Huskars and the general's bodyguard, quite a big chunk of bodyguard here. Let's start sending some of these guys into the flanking positions. Because, yeah, hopefully we can just take him down. He's braced, that's fine. You guys start getting around the flanks. That's just what we want. General, get on top of him as well. The rest of them, have they broken again? Yes, they have broken again. I was just taking my eye off it for a moment, but we got away with it, luckily, because I did get my envelopment fairly correct. There is some unit of infantry over here who has, yes, managed to actually do the job by themselves. Well done, my good sir. And just want to make sure this general doesn't actually get away. Yeah, unfortunately, that might be tricky. So I was about to get my cavalry over here, but if we're lucky, we've got on top of him already. But I'm not sure we have. All cav, just get on top of this general. He needs to go down. Down he goes. Good news indeed. Head-butted by a horse. That's what everyone needs in their life. The missiles can probably stop shooting their own men. That's fine. You just run off over there. That's just free experience. That's absolutely fine. All cav apart from the general. Get back to mopping up these guys. We want our house empty. Well, plenty more men have been lost here, but huge amounts of Danes. And with that, that should open up the way into Aarhus and hopefully to Hamburg as well. Prince Charles, once again, someone we could choose not to execute, but of course we will execute them all. And Aarhus, okay, is... No, come on. Let me separate. There we go. Sack the settlement. And with that, yep, beautiful. We have ourselves another city taken down and we're into positive money. How marvellous is that? Well, I think, ladies and gents, it's probably a good place to end it here today. As the Merc armies go, this one's the only one of any use because it's full of Western useful heavy Mercs and a bit of supplement. Although we are getting a little bit weak. Hopefully, though, we can just take out the Danes. This army would have done its job. Aradai only 2 experience, but he's certainly done some good generaling, I would suggest. He seethes with anger. He hates these northern lads. No, we'll buy one more because, to be honest, in this part of the world, we're making quite good use of it. Okay, so we've definitely had some chaotic battles here today. We've taken out, Egypt, Hungary, Poland, most of Denmark. You know what, it's been very, very successful, but it's also been a bit of a bloody one for us. Some of them troops were quite happy to throw away, but some, I mean, Tripoli was almost a very well fought battle, and then it just became very, very awkward indeed. Yeah, those style of castles are just an utter nightmare. So yes, Palermo, if we can somehow pull them onto the field and maybe just siege them out, that might actually start to be the plan. So we'll see about that. Yes, we can't merge those. There's more armies on the plate, but we do have enough to go to Palermo and take that next time. Elsewhere, our armies will finally arrive with all of these armies moving their way across Eastern Europe and Western Europe. This could be interesting. I suspect we're going to start taking a lot more losses, but as we hit this part of the map, I'm also aware that I don't need to be quite so conservative because we've made it this far. You know, we've managed to get our armies this far, and thus, yeah, we didn't want them to die before because we still needed them for this part of the world. But yeah, we won't be throwing them away, maybe. But what we do want to do is make sure that we throw a little bit of caution to the wind occasionally and have some more chaos like here today. So I will leave you for now. I'm Thomas, this is Genocide, and this has been our Mongol Horde campaign. Thank you, and bye-bye. They are bracing, but they're bracing in the wrong direction, which is probably for the best. Okay, they're turning around. No! It's too late. It's too late. There goes their general. That's another break, most likely. And there we are. That's how you chariot.